Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip Chipperoo, Fleetwood Mac fan.
So good.
Not the
Matt.
band, the plumbers.
The handy men.
Yes.
The handy man and handy child.
So excited to get into Gene and Bob's phenomenal new company.
Did you love it? Did you love the B story of this episode?
I loved it.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. Also, raise your hand if you just had a mentee bee in the kitchen.
You are raising your hands, which is surprising. Normally, I would be raising my hand. It feels like I have a lot of mentee bees in our kitchen, but
I just want to let everybody know to get yourself a person who will stand in the middle of the kitchen while you're having a mentee bee and tell you everything that's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay, because that was Max for me today, and
it helps to be near snacks. Is what I've learned.
You think the kitchen is like a safe space?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you can't offer words of reassurance.
Is that
reassurance? Wow, making up words. If you can't offer made up words that make the person feel better, you can toss an elote spiced corn chip at them.
That is a Trader Joe's hack for y'all. Okay, we're gonna keep this episode tight. We promised ourselves, but tell the good folks of Bob's Credits podcast your 2 new finds from Trader Joe's that you must get.
Look, Trader Joe's has had some issues lately with hard plastics and
soup dumplings
and rocks, I think. But I found pancake bread there and these elote spiced like Frito corn chips, and they're the 2 best things I've ever had in my life.
I know.
And we're out now, and I need to go get more.
Yeah, honestly, like I wasn't like over the moon about either of them, and I'm like certifiably obsessed with both now.
The pancake bread, I thought it was going to be dry. It is delicious and moist, and I could do a whole podcast on how good that is.
Yeah, it's like a coffee cake. Like it has, but a little bit less sweet, and just this like
it tastes like
dreamy
a pancake breakfast.
Hint of pancake.
Yeah, you can taste like the syrup from it. Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, so do yourself a favor there, but for Fleetwood Mac's sake, let's get back into this podcast.
Yeah, we've got a couple new Patreon subscribers to thank first and foremost, and we have to burger pun their names.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us over on Patreon, Ruth Alvarado. Moving forward, you'll be known as the Vermouth Avocado Burger.
Oh, a boozy burger.
Yeah, a little.
Why haven't people done this yet?
I don't know, but sign me up.
Welcome, Ruth.
Joining you is Don LeGrand. Moving forward, you will be known as the Prawn LeGrand Burger.
Graham cracker?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but
I don't know
welcome.
where you put the graham crackers, whether it's a graham cracker bun or like crisps.
Actually,
I think it could work.
Kind of cool.
Yeah,
a little
I think
sweetness on the bun.
I think I had pancake bread on my mind. Thank you to the 2 of you. Thank you so much for joining us on Patreon. We hope you're enjoying all of those bonus episodes we have there. If you are listening to this right now and you want all those bonus episodes and everything else that comes with our Patreon, we've got a whole bunch of different tiers. We're at patreon.com/bobscredits. Or if you just want the bonus episodes on Apple Podcasts, go on to Apple Podcasts. You do a little clickety-click to subscribe to the subscriber-only episodes, and you're good to go.
Bonus episodes for days.
You get your name burger punned here on the show, too, on Patreon, if you want it. That's all I have for you as far as business goes.
I forgot what we do on this podcast. Is it Skylar Sides time?
It could be Skylar's Sides time, or it could be Bob Punter Max Pun. It's all up to you.
Let's do Bob Punter Max Pun.
Okay.
Max was very upset with me yesterday because I saw one of his burger puns.
Let me tell you, Skylar came in to the office when I was working
to
on
talk
my
about
notes.
Taxes.
That the worst thing, double strike on the record to talk about taxes, and she read one of my puns, which I won't tell you which one it was I'll let you guess while you're listening to this, but I was very proud of it. And
Max was genuinely
I was angry.
upset with me.
I was angry.
He's so, it is so rare that he's actually upset with me. And he really was.
Honestly, a part of it could be that we had just run out of pancake bread.
Yeah. And the taxes.
Yeah. Probably would have been in a better mood, but the pancake bread was out. We are doing this week pest control trucks. Are you ready for your first pun, Skylar?
I am.
The Real Houseflies of New York.
Max.
How do you know that's me?
Because my eye just like slipped under your huge monitor.
So rude. That's a brilliant pun. Thank you very much.
It is. All
I'm
the
obviously
bows
biased
for Max.
because it came from my brain. But wow, this is why you don't come in hot to the office. You don't know what's on the screen.
Okay. Jesus.
I wouldn't be like watching porn and slam my laptop shut. It's puns.
It's puns.
It's puns.
It's Real Housewives.
Baby, I don't want you to catch me making puns. It's not what you think.
Okay, come on.
Okay, your next one is Let's Go Dynamite.
Bob's?
Max. Let's go dynamite.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Thank you. Your next pun is Long John Silverfish.
Ugh, I hate silverfish.
They're so gross. And they like turn into a powder when you smush them.
What?
It's really weird. It's like a streak of silver.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
It's gross. Try it. Maybe next time I'll let you kill.
Okay. Bob's?
Max.
I just didn't want to say it was you because ugh.
And your final pun is The Great Mouse Defective.
Bob's?
Max.
Oh my God. That should make up for me seeing one of your puns.
The Real Houseflies, The Great Mouse Defective.
Yeah.
I was proud of all these, which is why they're all me.
Love them. Good job.
No Bob's this week. I had to trick you because you came in and saw quite possibly my greatest pun, and I was very upset about it.
I thought it was great. He just keeps pausing because I think he wants more compliments.
No, I'm pausing because it's your turn. This is where you're part of the podcast. I'm waiting for you to give me my line.
Max Miller, are you ready for Skylar Sides? The fun facts before the fun facts.
Dish it, girl.
All right, I have a cute behind the scenes at Bob's Burgers story for y'all today. So I was on Instagram and I got a delightful DM from Charlie, who is Phil Hayes' daughter. Phil Hayes is the art director of Bob's Burgers, and she slid into our DMs with the sweetest behind-the-scenes story. Her and her sister, the daughters of the art director for Bob's Burgers, would actually draw for the Belcher kids when they needed kids' art in the episode. Charlie herself drew the one that's in Beef Squatch, and she said that her sister would draw the other ones when they needed like kids' drawings.
Yeah, we'll try and get some screenshots of these to put in our carousel on Instagram if you want to go look at them.
Yes. First of all, I love like a little known behind the scenes fact, and I thought that was so sweet. Like, we know that this TV series is so family forward, and you really get the sense that the people who work on it are that way too. And this is just proof. It just really tickles my heart.
Adorable. And what a like fun thing to have as a kid.
I know.
To have your art in this amazing
I would tell everyone. It'd be in my Instagram bio.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a heartwarming little fun fact. And
I know.
I feel like this episode is family heavy.
It is. I love that all the Belchers are like in the same place with their different stories. I love it.
And Biscuit just climbed into your arms.
He really did.
He's scared of the wind, but I like to think it's because he's like, oh, this is a family centric episode, and I need to be with my mom.
Yeah, he's not terrified of the wind outside.
Yeah. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for season 9, episode 12, please?
The title is The Helen Hunt. The Belchers decide to help Teddy find Helen's Netsuke in her dead husband's old apartment building. They're sure it will seal the love deal between Helen and Teddy. But during their search, Tina thinks the lovely tenant Kathleen would make a better match for our favorite handyman. Meanwhile, Bob and Jean get caught fixing an old man's broken faucet.
This episode came out on January 13th, 2019. It was written by Dan Feibel and directed by Ryan Matos. And little fun fact there about the writer, Dan Feibel, he also wrote Housetrap. So he introduced us to Helen, and he is bringing her back for us.
I love it. Boy, do I have some words for Helen.
We're going to get into it, but yeah, tell me your thoughts about this episode overall.
I really liked it. I love Teddy in this. Tina is a standout for me in this, and Jean was so funny in this episode. If you guys do go back and watch episodes as our podcast episodes come out, when you're watching, watch for Jean. He is so funny this entire episode.
Yeah, the Jean and Bob pairing.
Let's start with the B story.
Well, yeah, one thing I do want to say is that I love when a B story is kind of a part of the A story.
Yeah.
It's not like they're off doing a whole separate adventure that has nothing to do with what the rest of the family is doing. I like when there's kind of it's one whole story, but we got little things going on the sides.
Yeah, technically it started as the A story. They all are going to help Teddy find this little snail sculpture, and then they break off into their own B story. I also have to say, I just love a tiny, self-contained B story. And Jean and Bob accidentally get stuck fixing this man's, I don't even know the words for it, faucet, leak, pipe things.
Yeah, sink.
Sink, okay.
Sink works. Kitchen sink.
Kitchen sink. It's so relatable because we could not do this. So I just really felt for them.
Yeah, but we would try, I think. We would be just like Jean and Bob.
Yep.
I don't know if we would say our company was Fleetwood Mac. We probably would have come up with something a little more original.
Well, that was Jean's doing.
I know, it was. Hilarious.
Wait, should it have been Sinkwood Mac?
Sinkwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood.
Doesn't really work?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God, I'm fired.
Fleet Steel Mac? What are pipes made of? Fleet. I'm trying to change the wood.
Do you hear something outside?
There's some kind of pounding, and I'm not sure if it's picking up on the mics. If it is, I'm sorry. Okay. Typically, when people, I feel on podcasts say oh, can you hear that? We apologize. You can never hear it.
Never. Yeah.
You might hear it. It's pretty loud. It's windy. There's people pounding. We don't record in a soundproof studio. That's what you're getting here, folks. But just pretend it's Jean and Bob pounding around on in the background.
Yeah. We need to talk about how much we love Bob and Jean paired together.
I don't think we've seen them paired like this since the
trapeze.
Yeah, but I could be wrong.
We definitely could be wrong. It's just that one stands out as such an amazing. Oh no, we saw them at the concert where they go to the light show concert.
I think that was before the
Oh, really?
Yeah, the trapeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those are two that stand out. And then now this is a third one that stands out. I give it an A+. I absolutely adore it. Father-son stories are so common, but not in the Bob's Burgers world because Jean is a die-hard mama's boy.
Yeah, it's really nice when you get to see Bob and Jean have their moment.
Yeah.
Also because it seems like, Bob and Louise have such a connection. And
yes.
And
poor Tina, she really is just kind of being herself.
I think it's an older child thing, honestly.
She's more independent.
Yeah. Or they just maybe she got all the attention until the other two were born. And then they're like, she got enough. She's good.
Her heart. Well, this is the perfect segue over to the A story. To refresh everyone's memory, Teddy convinces the Belchers to go help him find this sculpture for Helen from the previous episode. What was it called?
The Helen Hunt. No, that's this one. Oh, Housetrap.
From Housetrap. So they put a pin in it. First of all, we're like, did Helen kill her husband?
We still don't know.
But we know.
She did.
Yeah, we know. So the whole family comes over. No one really cares about the stupid thing except for Helen, who wants to cash in on it. What Linda and Tina care about is finding love for Teddy. And Linda is sure it is Helen. And Tina is like, no, it's this really cool lady, Kathleen. And they become competitive in trying to fix Teddy up. Tell me your thoughts about both of these ladies.
Okay, first, let's do a little behind the scenes here.
Okay.
We get Helen back, and as we remember from House Trap, she is voiced by the hilarious Caitlin Olsen from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's right.
Sweet D. Beyond funny. Phenomenal on that show. She's funny in everything I've seen her in. Just a really good comedic talent.
Yes. Love her.
Love hearing her back. Very recognizable voice.
Yes.
But
very blonde voice.
Very blonde voice. Perfect casting for Helen. This is, the first time we meet Kathleen, who we know will make more appearances down the road. And she has an Irish accent. And she is voiced by also a very wonderful comedic talent, Sharon Horgan, who is in one of mine and Skylar's favorite comedy movies of all time, Game Night.
I love this woman. She can do no wrong in my eyes. I love her.
She is also one of those ones you see her in something or you hear her voice and you're like, yes, sign me up. Just in Game Night alone, where I know Skylar and I have raved about Game Night on this podcast before, but it's a comedy movie where everyone in it is like firing on all cylinders.
Exactly.
And she is firing on all cylinders with everyone else. She is so good in that movie and is so good as Kathleen.
And then her accent makes like everything 10 times better.
That's true, yes.
And it's so fun for this character. I love her. I want to date her. Also, like, I like how she's like schlubby because she's in sweatpants. And I was like, excuse me.
Me and Skylar every day.
Every day of my life.
Yeah, we're Kathleen's here.
Yeah, so, she just won my heart over. I mean, I've never felt so seen. The cold pasta, I'm assuming it's like a Sunday because she's not at work, just like hanging out in her apartment in sweatpants with cold pasta, and these children are just coming into her apartment. I adore her.
I love that the girls partake in the cold pasta. How can you turn on cold pasta? It's honestly one of the best things ever.
Or as we call it,
cold pasta.
Which,
like Tony calls it. Or
Tony Soprano.
Marcella. Carmela.
Yes.
Says, you want some cold pasta?
Yep.
So yeah, we kind of get these this competing romance storyline while we're still trying to find this little Netscape. It's whatever. They all get it wrong. They call it a Netscape. They call it what else was it called? A Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something really interesting about the 13-year-old having way more emotional intelligence in this situation. Like, Tina's got it right. Kathleen and Teddy could be like an amazing match, and Linda just gets so harebrained. And
she's very laser focused when she zeroes in on something.
Yeah, it's like, and let's talk about Helen's transformation. I loved Helen in the House Trap. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I loved her. Like, she's a little mysterious, and it was like, oh, did she, didn't she? And then we come to this episode and she's just vile. Like, she's like, oh, it's fine. Like, Teddy can just crash to his death in like, it's heinous. I hate her. And like, obviously we're supposed to hate her in this episode, but I'm like, Linda, do we need to get you a different glasses prescription?
Yeah, it's very funny. And, we know Tina is going to spot chemistry and romance from miles away. Yep. She has the radar for it.
She also just has a really good heart. Like, Linda kind of gets stuck in this thing because she's stuck in it. But I really feel this like genuine pull for Tina, that she really does believe in love and like wants to see Teddy happy. And so there's something like very genuine there that I loved.
Yeah, I'm on Team Tina in this scenario. I think we all are.
Yes.
Especially like you said, in this scenario where it's either Teddy's life or the Netscape.
Yeah. Rude.
Come on, we're all saving Teddy. I know. I like to just call it what
got it.
What Linda called it, or Jean called it, or whoever called it.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what a netsuke is? The definition?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Hang on. A small carved ornament, especially of ivory or wood, worn as part of Japanese traditional dress as a toggle by which an article may be attached to the sash of a kimono.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, if it's ivory, I bet you would get a lot of money for it.
What makes it valuable? Diversity, authenticity, sculptural quality, collectability, and celebrity.
Okay, will there be a test later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so everyone knows.
They're always bringing Japanese culture into the show, which I love. Do you have any other fun facts for us in this episode?
I do have one more fun fact. I just want to point out, though, for those of you who saw the most recent episode in season 14.
Which one?
Jade in the Shade. This kind of feels a little bit similar in that they're trying to track this valuable object. Yeah, a little similar to that.
Yeah, Louise gets on her detective hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only other fun fact I have for you is that we just hear more about Teddy's back problems in this episode. He mentions his herniated disc, which...
Ow.
Same, buddy.
Yeah.
Same. I feel you. Been there. Not fun. A lot of pain. But we know he's been to like his chiropractor in the past. We saw him go to the chiropractor in Zero LARP 30 from season 7.
Yes.
Winthorpe Manor. Sorry. Can't say Zero LARP 30.
Manor. Also, Wolf on
Wharf Street.
Wharf Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came after Zero LARP 30? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is impressive because he was carrying a table on his back the whole time. Not great for your back, Mr. Herniated Disc.
Really not great.
Skylar and I both messed up our backs working out this week.
I didn't working out. I was moving a flower pot.
Whoops. Those are heavy. Should we get into the end credits?
Let's
Anything
do
else you want
it.
to say about the episode? There's one thing we do have to mention is that Helen's ex-husband had a bachelor pad,
Yeah.
man cave scenario going on. Less man cavey, more just like clearly stuff that he enjoyed doing that Helen would not allow him to do in their home. So he had an apartment for it.
Weird.
Yep. Just the plot thickens.
Yep.
Why I mention that is because the last moment before we get into these end credits is the Belchers and Kathleen are all hanging out kind of in Helen's ex-husband's bachelor pad.
Who doesn't like vintage typewriters? If Tom Hanks likes vintage typewriters, why can't he have the vintage typewriters in your gorgeous Nancy Meyer-esque lake house?
They're kind of classy.
They're very classy.
I mean, maybe too many if you've got too many, but like, I don't know if Tom Hanks has like a whole like wing of his house that's devoted.
I am sure he
and
does.
Rita Wilson's like,
Tom,
you can have a typewriter wing, but just keep everything typewriter related over there. You can go like click, 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 click if you need to, pound around in there.
Tom Hanks also gifts vintage typewriters, which is like delightful too.
Yeah.
All right.
One, don't give me multiple vintage typewriters, Tom.
Yeah. Agreed.
I love that Tom Hanks is going to give me a vintage typewriter at some point.
He's like, you don't have a wing?
Do you think Chet Hanks appreciates his typewriter gift from his father?
That is such a blast from the past. When was Chet Hanks in the news?
White Boy Summer. When was White Boy Summer?
Oh.
Besides every summer of all time.
2 summers ago?
Yeah, maybe.
Guys, it was bad. It was bad. And you're like, you're Tom Hanks' son. Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, let's go into this last moment before the end credits. I'm going to start it kind of early because we get the music from the end credits that we're going to get into coming in pretty early in the background.
I was on a crazy matchmaking high.
Oh, pause.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I hadn't mentioned this already. The way Teddy is holding his cocktail.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's in our carousel.
It's how like a child would hold it. Like they're still experimenting with how you should hold a glass. And it's so Teddy. And I just want to hug him.
His hands are from holding on to that damn elevator for so long.
Yeah.
What else is he supposed to do?
Poor Teddy.
You know, I thought looking for the thingy was a fairy tale and Teddy was supposed to end up with the young rich princess. But maybe not. Maybe he's supposed to end up with a nice princess in sweatpants.
Wait, what's going on?
Kathleen, didn't you have a wobbly cabinet door in your kitchen?
Yeah, they were all wobbly.
Want Teddy to handyman it up?
Oh, yeah, Teddy, you want to take a look at that?
I don't know. I can't move my fingers very well.
Is that water coming in under the door?
On it! You make plumbing fun.
Tell me what's going on the screen, and then we'll talk about the song.
Okay. First of all, when Gene says, I'm on it, and he gets up from the floor where he's playing a board game and like walks over there with purpose to where the door in the water is, it's just like, I love this child.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
He's so
What,
cute.
yeah, and what are you going to do? He's like,
I feel like
what
he's going to roll around and like sop it.
That's true. Or like lay in the door, the crack, so
Yeah.
they can get through and just get his back soaked. Possible.
All right. So we have the classic end credit sequences, not sequences, sequence. But Gene is in the front and he is dancing. Bob's at the grill. The girls are bopping along doing their prep work. And in the window, we have Teddy and Linda right now.
Yeah, and we hear this song that most of us know, even just from the little intro, the little like piano intro,
Mhm.
You Make Loving Fun by who else? Fleetwood Mac, the infamous plumbers from the episode.
Handyman.
The Handyman, sorry. Great song
Great callback.
from one of the best albums of all time, I'd say. Rumors from 1977. And I have a little fun fact about this song.
Oh my God.
So this was written and sung by Christine McVie. So it wasn't a Stevie Nicks song. It wasn't a John McVie song.
Okay.
But if you know Fleetwood Mac and you know about this album being made, you know that they were all like in relationships with each other, but all like cheating on each other. And there was so much drama during the making of this album. This song in particular was apparently about Christine's affair with the band's lighting director. But she told her husband / bandmate, John McVie, that it was about her dog.
About her dog?
Yep, which, hey.
This sounds like some Love is Blind shit. What?
Fleetwood Mac was the original Love is Blind, I think. The making of Rumors was the original Love is Blind. That's where they got the idea. Netflix.
Why wouldn't she just say it's about him, her husband?
I know, right?
Oh my God.
He's like, there's no way you love me this much. Who is this about? The dog?
I'd be like, oh, okay,
yeah,
checks
if you
out.
told me that, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Got it. So maybe she's just very smart. Hilarious, but great song. Phenomenal album from beginning to end. We listen to it all the time here.
She's giving Helen.
You know what? Go read up on the making of this album if you want all sorts of drama. It is something else. It's amazing they even got an album out of it.
Yeah, let alone
a phenomenal album
that stands the test of time.
Yeah, so we get this song, but we hear a little difference in it in that Gene and Bob are not saying loving, they're saying plumbing.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Listen carefully. They say you make plumbing fun.
Okay, I wanted to also share a thought because it makes what you just told me even better. When I was watching yesterday and this initially came on, I just had this like overwhelming bloom of emotion and like love for this father-daughter pair, for this father-son pair. They had a really good day together, and to see them in the frame, they're closest to each other, they're dancing the most. It took that B story and just really put a beautiful bow on it for me. And the fact that they're saying plumbing, I'm just like, oh.
It's so sweet. And Bob's going to change the lyrics a little bit more towards the end, which is going to make your heart burst.
I want to keep an eye out. Are Teddy's hands still like stuck?
Let's watch, let's listen, and we'll update all of y'all on what happens.
It's all I want to do.
You make plumbing fun.
All right.
It's all I want to do.
So we've got Teddy and Linda are singing the backups in the window. And you get Louise kind of chiming in and doing like, yeah, all right.
She's into it. This is such a family moment.
I know. And Bob turns to Gene and uses his spatula as a microphone. You got to love when Bob gets into singing and uses something as a microphone.
Exactly. It is so the haunting end credits where he does his like high voice and he has that rag.
Towel. Yeah.
Yeah.
You make plumbing
he said Gene.
It's all I wanna do.
So he
Is
says,
he about to say my son?
He says, Gene, you make plumbing fun. And he says, my son, you make plumbing fun.
Oh, just kill me.
We'll go
I'm about
back.
to cry.
We'll go back and listen.
Today is my dad's death day anniversary.
Yeah, this is a special song for today.
And I'm like literally about to cry. Because it's like, oh my God.
I could see your dad and you dancing to You Make Loving Fun.
Yeah, because it's not like the big moments in life. It's stupid shit like this.
I know. This
that
is
you
so,
can't plan.
And that's why Bob's, again, why it's so special. Like, they get that. They know this wasn't like a mistake.
But it makes it so much more special that it's Gene and not Louise.
Yeah.
And I love, and this song just, if this song doesn't do it for you, like I don't know what to say. It's so sweet, and
It's
I
such a
want
good song.
to dance around the kitchen with you.
I'm going to go back just so we can hear Gene
Yeah.
and my son again.
All right.
It's all I wanna do.
Gene, you make plumbing fun.
It's all I wanna do.
My
Oh my God.
son, you make plumbing fun.
It's all I wanna do.
I always want to say that Tina is singing the backup vocals as well. When she turns her head, you can see her singing that stuff. But I'm ready to go right into scoring them.
I have a few more things to say.
Okay, go ahead.
The way that Bob and Gene are connected kind of blows me away. So they've turned into each other when Bob sings the like Gene and son, and he's still using the spatula as his microphone. But their eye contact is amazing. Their bodies are turned into each other. They're really serenading each other, which makes it so special. And I get this feeling that they just had like the weirdest day. They closed the restaurant early and had the weirdest day. And then you just come home and you're a family. And like, yes, Teddy is part of the family. Also, last point, the harmonies are beautiful.
It's phenomenal. Like, I would listen to, I don't know if I've said this before with these characters, but I would listen to them cover the entire Rumors album.
Oh, hell yes. And then I want like Gene to do a making of the album and a history of making of the album from his perspective.
Oh, yeah. He probably got, in the middle of his mom and father's relationship, and it was rumors indeed. Do you want to score them?
Yes.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's Same time?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
10.
I didn't think you were going to go there.
What are you talking about? Why wouldn't I? These are perfection. These are everything we love about Bob's. It's pure feel good. It is a phenomenal song that they've used and then Bobsified, based on the episode, Bobsified it. And it's the family together. It's heartwarming. It's everything we love about the end credit sequences. It's everything we loved about the Haunting end credits.
Yes.
Except for that it's in the different location. I like that it's in the generic kitchen setting.
It's our favorite place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. And it made me cry. Whoops.
And there you go. Yeah. Perfect end credits. Again, song is incredible. And just like that Gene saying, they could have just sang You Make Plumbing Fun the whole time. You make but to toss in the Gene and like my son, it's just so sweet and perfect. And
did it make you feel something?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And it makes me so happy for Gene.
Me too.
I think it's so, and Bob too, honestly.
Yes, and Bob too.
Yeah, those are the end credits to the Helen Hunt. Oh, by the way, great title. Phenomenal title. I know we should have talked about that first.
It's such a good title. I also just love Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Great play on that name. Plus it tells you what the episode's about pretty much.
Yeah.
Sorry. Scarlett,
also, like, obviously they're using the song You Make Loving Fun because this could have been a Valentine's Day episode. It's all about playing matchmaker for Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about romantic love, the whole episode, but then they come back and they're using this song and it's about family love.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's so good.
All
Thank
right.
you everyone for listening. Follow us everywhere. Bob's Credits on YouTube. We've got videos going up weekly and we'd love to have you along for the ride over there.
Yeah, our next YouTube video, we have some a fun detail about the booger wall.
Yeah.
So head on over there.
Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Just stay sappy.
I love it. I was just thinking about like sap on my fingers, like Clark Griswold saying goodnight to
Ellen
in Christmas Vacation with
Yep.
the sap in his hands.
Yep. Classic scene.